Good morning, I'm outside WJ King's Sid Cup. And wow, just doing a video. Good morning all. My name's Andrew J. Jules. Just doing a video regarding customer service. It goes a long way, man. Like, if you're in the business of customer service or in the business of sales, you are selling something, a product or anything along the lines of that, you need to remember that the customer, number one person that you need in order for your business to thrive, is so important. So whether you have the assumption, which assuming is a bad habit, to believe and think that this person that you're seeing doesn't meet the criteria, don't think they have the money, or they don't even look like they're interested in what you're selling, that is the first step of failure and not actually making any profit whatsoever. And I've had some first experience with WJ King's Sid Cup. Was good when it wasn't good at the start. Went in there with the missus and my daughter. Was interested in buying a car. Wasn't sure, on which one. Was looking to get it on finance. You'd be surprised, a lot of people, especially millionaires, don't actually spend any money, physical money, on what they buy. From their watch to their suit, to their Rolex, to their car, to their house. Everything's on finance, everything's on the business, and when someone in the business, in the sense of celebrity, goes bankrupt, it's a different type of bankruptcy. It's nothing compared to the same kind of thing when an average person, like people like me and you, in the sense of the fact that when they go bankrupt, when we go bankrupt, that's it, that's over. But when they go bankrupt, it's nothing, man. At the end of the day, they bounce right back up because they've got assets. And there's a lot more into it, and I don't know the ins and the outs of it, so I'm not able to speak on it. At the same time, I went into WJ King today to get an MOT, and I've been promised a full valet from the time that I've brought up the issues that I had with the customer services that I received, regarding the fact that when I mentioned the finance company, the gentleman there didn't seem to be actually aware of who I was talking about, and made me look really insignificant in front of my missus in regards to the fact he didn't actually believe anything I was saying. He just made out like I was chatting rubbish. He went online, looked, and still wasn't sure what I was talking about. And it just turns out that the business I was talking about, or the finance company, had two names, one for the business and one for the customer. So it was very misleading and confusing at the time. But one thing I will say in regards to customer service is that I've noticed, and I'm like a big believer in customer service, that you should be treated like you're the best person, the best person, number one person they've ever seen in their life. You are everything. I'm not saying for you to go out of your way if you're in the lines of customer, selling stuff, and you have a product or a brand that you want to get out there, but you need to treat people with the respect that you would like right back. Now, I'm going to give a few examples. For example, one example is that I went to a new restaurant, me and the missus, my daughter, we went to a new restaurant, and basically it was a Mexican kind of restaurant that just opened up in Bexley Heath. And we thought, yeah, you know what, why not try it? Sounds good, the reviews are good, there isn't really anything, it's the first one of its kind in the UK, London, And when we went in there with food, I ordered the food, done the takeaway and everything, and we had it, ate the food. And then within a few hours, it just hit me so badly that when I was parking the car, it must have been about just over 24 hours. So the next day, I was literally driving, but I didn't feel good. I felt terrible, and I didn't know why. So cut a long story short, I'm literally parking outside my Mrs. Mum's house. And as I was parking up, oh my God, something just hit me. I didn't know what it was. I knew I wasn't feeling good that day. And literally, I'm never sick, never sick. Every year, never sick. People complain about colds, flus. I just go by. Good immune system. So that all of a sudden, I ended up throwing up and I hate to say it, diarrhea at the same time. I nearly crashed the car while parking. Now, my life flashed before my eyes. It's a very embarrassing experience, and I'm sharing this with you for the fact to make you see something. Now, when I took this to, I called environmental health and, you know, all the other people, food hygiene, all of the people, and flagged it up and everything. And they was telling me to keep my messed up clothing as evidence, but they want me to keep poop and drive around with it, and because I ain't keeping it in the house, like they just wanted me to keep it. And in the end, within that, well, I threw it away anyway because I'm not keeping that. It's taking a piss. I took pictures of evidence and that, and I had the dates and times of when I ate the food. And then my daughter was throwing up, then my missus was throwing up, and it was so bad. It was so bad, so bad, so bad, so that eventually, within the next day, better than that. But what actually happened now is when we took it to the actual restaurant, and I don't actually recall the name of the restaurant. That's how much I just want to forget about it. But once we actually took it to the restaurant and I spoke to the manager, she was like, oh, no. You know, oh, not my restaurant. No, it couldn't be our restaurant because we're really good. The cleaners are very hygiene and they've been checked out and everything. Now, the place is new. So with the food hygiene score and that, you're not going to get a food hygiene score when your business is new. Eventually, they're going to come check you out and test and check it all out. And if you're not aware, the food hygiene score has nothing to do with the quality of the food. It's just on how people keep the food in good work, in how they keep their kitchen in good working order, basically. You know, making sure that, you know, they're keeping the meat and the raw meat and the cooked meat separate, advice, you know, etc., without going into so much depth. But when she was talking that, she wasn't really taking into account what I was saying. She told me to write down what happened and the story and the dates and the times of what I've ate. She wanted to blame it on somebody else. But she didn't listen to what we had to say. And at the same time, she didn't take full responsibility of what had happened. And it was really like, she didn't really believe what I was saying. It was just horrible. Like, it was a horrible experience. Then it found out some other people had the same experience. You know, but cut a long story short, I was bad at customer services. She didn't sympathise, nothing. Even the fact that we told her our daughter wasn't well and everything. We weren't looking to get free food. By far from it. What we were looking to do is for them to address the matter. And then, you know, obviously we did get a refund in that, because how are you going to be selling food like that? You know, there's obviously something wrong with the food and your practice in the kitchen. But yet, they allow that to happen. Now, I've been to a Caribbean restaurant recently. It's a really nice Caribbean restaurant. It's called Breeze. You know, I know someone who knows of the owner, and I haven't actually addressed this to them, but everyone else is fine. Customer services is great. And Cool Breeze, if you're not aware of Cool Breeze, it's in Evergreen, Lewisham, and their food is nice. It's good. It's good food, good Caribbean food. I ain't gonna lie. Nice, tasty. But one thing I noticed is that when I ordered something the other day, I don't know the lady's name, I don't know if she's having a bad day, I don't know what's going on with her, but when I ordered the food, she just gave me some funny looks, and I was like, okay, so I want macaroni cheese, lamb gravy, and she looked at me like I was crazy, and I was saying to myself, ain't the customer number one? Ain't the customer, like, I don't understand it. Like, first of all, she weren't smiling. She had like an attitude, which I don't know what happened to her. She had problems with her, whatever relationship, her children, something's going on in her life. But at the end of the day, you need to be a professional, you know, and be good at what you do and make your customers want to come back to you, you know, and want to continue with the business. And I'm gonna just go through it right now with what makes a successful business, customer service wise. First of all, whether you're happy or not, smile at the customer. Greet the customer. Make the customer aware that you're there. Not aware in the fact that, oh, I'm following you because I think you're going to steal something from me, which kind of I've been through many a times when I've gone in on my own and I've dressed a certain way. Customer services or the staff there in regards to their customer services is rubbish. They start looking at you, not in the sense that you're going to buy, but they're looking at you in the sense that, oh, you know what, he made us take that. He might just not pay for that, or what's he up to? He looks suspicious, like he's definitely not going to buy anything. And assuming is a really, really bad habit, a very bad habit. And a lot of us do it. And I keep saying it's a bad habit. And then I started having a habit myself. It's like if you're around certain people, you start picking up on their habits. But for me, when I go into a store, or if I'm going to buy a car, I want to be observed. I want people to notice I'm there. Like, I may just be browsing, but you shouldn't assume that that's what I'm doing. I'm just browsing. I may actually genuinely want to buy the car. I may genuinely want to buy the clothes that I'm looking at, the trainers, you know, etc., etc. I may want to actually buy the holiday package, buy the house. You cannot assume and think to yourself that this person isn't going to, because that's the number one bad thing for you to do, because that in itself, you're going to lose a customer. Now, UK customer services in regards to food is terrible. Like McDonald's, for example, number one fast food chain, but then how is it that I couldn't find anywhere to have breakfast in the morning? It was when I was in Lewisham, because I work part-time at the moment in Lewisham, and I couldn't find nowhere to have. I found one place to have breakfast in Sydenham McDonald's, and I was in the queue for half an hour. I kid you not, half an hour. I thought, let me not go for the drive-through. Let me just go straight through and speak to them directly. I paid by card, so it's quick, easy. You know, the quick card transfer on the machine or touchscreen machine and that. And then when I did that, I looked at my order number and I was like, okay, only a couple of minutes. But as I looked, and I saw more and more people coming through, the car outside the drive-through was fully rammed, and I was thinking to myself, this can't be for real. This is fast food. So now, after being there for like coming up to about 30 minutes, which I didn't realize until I looked at my phone, the time, I looked again and I was like, hold on a second. I see one lady come by and she's there complaining how she's been there for such and such amount of time. She said I've been there for like 25 minutes. And I was like, hold on. I looked at my receipt and I was like, I've been there longer than her. She's complaining. I'm very patient. So I went to speak to the manager now. I said, can I speak to the manager? And there was a girl at the till, and she was really good at what she'd done. She explained the process and how they're behind in their orders, and they're dealing with everyone fairly, and and the way they're doing things is they're not giving orders in the numbers, as in you're number 10 or whatever, and the next person is number 11. No, they're giving number 20 their food if it's a simple thing like a easy thing like a muffin or something, or just a juice. Something easy, nothing too complex to prepare and put together. It's not a big meal. And then I was like, okay, fair enough. Let me speak to this girl. She seems to know what she's doing. So I said, look, I don't want to come across rude or anything here, but all I want is my breakfast. Now, I asked for a egg and cheese muffin with a muffin, chocolate muffin, because I love chocolate muffins, got a sweet tooth, and an orange juice, Tropicana orange juice. So I said, can I speak to the manager, please? Because I was just like, I don't know, like, I was wondering like, if I could just get my orange juice and a muffin. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I want to start the day with a breakfast. So she went and go, oh, the manager's over there. And this other lady that was next to me, she's now Caucasian lady, white lady. She's there basically, the manager's there, but he's not talking to no one. He's not really paying attention. He's not really wanting to like interact with the people. And so I was like, okay, so who's this? Oh, she's just filling in, this other manager. So this lady actually who has come after me, who's complaining, knows who works there and who doesn't work there. So as I'm waiting now, another manager comes in, just stepping in, and she's like, oh, how can I help you? Oh, what is it? And I said, look, can I just have my orange juice and a muffin? Oh, how did you pay? Card. Oh, no, that's not possible. You're going to cancel. Let's go. Okay, so basically I'm going to have to go through a process of, she's going to have to do the card system. So I said, okay, cool. All right then. So as she's talking to me and the lady that's next to me. And I'm like, look, me and her are not together. We are not a couple. I came here separately and I've come here before her. Can I just have the muffin and the orange juice? Can you just refund me the difference on my card? And she was like, oh, okay then. So she's doing something. I put my card in. She says, oh, it's done. But then I'm like, no, it hasn't done. And she said, oh, no. And this is there messing around with the computer screen, clearly looking like she doesn't have a clue what she's doing. So as I spoke to her now, I was like, hold on a minute. All you needed to do, I said to her, look, I'm not being rude. I don't want to come across rude, but why is it you're accepting orders if you know you're behind in orders? And I've been waiting for over half an hour. I said, all you needed to do, and I was just giving her a sort of point of advice, all you need to do basically is stop accepting orders. Stop accepting orders if you know you can't carry them out. Because McDonald's breakfast finishes at 10:30, and it's now 10:35 or 10:37 at the time, and you're still accepting orders. And I was like, look, I don't know why you're still accepting orders, because at the end of the, I've been waiting for over half an hour. There's other people have been waiting. No, and then everyone was like cheering and clapping, and I thought Facebook Live, but you know, I'm not that type of person to start doing a video when there's promotion and that. I'm not really into that, you know, because it just incites it more. But at the same time now, as I was talking to her, she walked away. Now when she walked, as I was saying, she started serving. I'll be right back. So yeah, as I was saying, she started serving up customers and that, and I called her back over and I said, look, what's going on? Because I spoke to you and you're rude, you're coming across very rude. I spoke to you and you still haven't finished dealing with my query. I asked you if I can have a muffin and an orange juice, and she was like, oh, I've got to serve these customers. But I said, look, you spoke to me before and you were talking to me like I'm with this other lady. I'm not with the other lady, and you're clearly not listening to what I'm saying to you. I never finished speaking to you, and you just walked away rudely. Now for me, I was just like, that's another example of bad customer service, you know? Another clear example of bad customer service. Like, and you know, when you go into stores and no one's actually acknowledging you, that's another one. Like, and now when you actually go into a shop, think about it like this. Like, when you now go into a shop, listen to what I've said on this video regarding customer services, and I've only just mentioned a few examples. But if you actually look into it, go and see how you're treated when you go into a store, and see if you're acknowledged, and see if actually they genuinely are happy to have you as a customer. Because there's a lot of places I've been to and their customer service is rubbish. And when I go down to customer services, I mean, like, literally when you want to use the toilet and they don't want to give you the key to the toilet, and then when you do go and look for the toilet seats on the floor, and there's just like a whole heap of mess, like, just not the one, you know. But on the bright side of things, on customer service, like, all you need to, like, if you are running a business and you really want to get a customer, it doesn't take too much. You just have to smile, be positive, be professional, you know, and actually don't allow what's happened to you in a day to affect your day as in work. And, you know, just smile and treat everyone fairly, and don't assume that this person isn't going to want your business and isn't interested in what you've got to sell, or not really, that's not their style, or they're too old for it. Actually give them the benefit of the doubt and listen to what they have to say, and just treat them with a smile, happy, you know. Continue to make a habit out of your great habits and knock out your bad habits one by one. Stay positive, productive and patient. Stay positive, productive and patient, and believe vision, achieving God. Make a habit.